got the candle in my hand, and I'm the leading watch, my eyes closed.
Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us here into our second hour of Universal Truth Evolution on blogtalkradio.com. Hanging out with me and the lad, having a chat with Stewart Swerdlow about all the various interesting things going on in this space, hyperspace, and all other possible timelines and dimensions. So, lad, I know you had some questions there, so I figured might as well just go ahead and take it and go on with pick up where we left off there.
I did. Now, mentioning about the water, the aquifers, the pure water found in the pyramids, what I've noticed, and it does happen a lot, especially when it comes to intelligent sources trying to hide things out in the open, so to speak, is that they'll often put things into science fiction shows to put it into the public mind. And one of these shows is called Stargate, and what the plot, long story short, is that these stargates are found near the Giza pyramids that are built by aliens. Now, the question that I had was regarding to the actual functioning of the stargate itself. Now, in the science fiction show, what they use is 7 symbols, all related to constellations. 6 of them being the address in a 3-dimensional space, and the 7th being the point of origin. And what happens when they dial the device is that there's a vortex created using water, and what it does is it turns physical matter into energy to bring it to another point in the known universe. And what I was wondering was, are these aquifers Are they in all of the pyramids, or are they just found underneath some of them?
Well, most of the pyramids that are found and excavated do have aquifers. They do have some sort of water system that's either underneath them or brought to them somehow. For example, the ones in Bolivia are right next to Lake Titicaca. Egypt is right next to the Nile. Bosnia has an underground stream and lake that nobody knew existed until they went into the cave system. So yeah, they all have some sort of water, because water does act as an amplifier.
It's actually quite interesting as far as the technology is concerned. I'm kind of a technology enthusiast myself, so I really do enjoy learning about these pyramids and stargates and things of that nature, about technology that really modern day human beings like ourselves really barely have a grasp on. And water itself has some pretty interesting properties. It's actually one of the few elements that'll actually expand as it cools. Just to put that out there. So it's a very rare thing to have, really. Now, are these aquifers, are they salt water? Are they fresh water?
Yeah, in all cases, they are fresh water. However, for example, in the Yucatan, where the water surrounding, of course, the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea is salt water, when you go underground, there it's still fresh water. So that's a very good point that you made, that the amplifier seems to be more fresh water. And interestingly enough, here in the Great Lakes area, which you know is the second largest area of fresh water in the world, this is a vortex, and we have the highest sightings of UFOs and anomalous animal sightings here. And of course, you can actually see the vortices of energy when weather systems come through. So fresh water does seem to create a vortex under the right conditions.
Interesting.
It's very interesting. I actually live just on the edge of Lake Ontario, so I'm quite familiar with some of the interesting sightings that we do have, and energy changes that we have in the Great Lakes area.
Correct. And interesting that most people don't realize is that the St. Lawrence Seaway feeding into Lake Erie, etc., is a fault line. And so there's a lot of electromagnetic energy that comes up from underneath and then gets amplified by the fresh water in the lakes.
This is actually one of the reasons why 200 years ago, where the British Navy actually started their military bases out here, because this is where the energy was to give them the extra power that they needed, as well as energy to go into their ships so that the ships wouldn't sink and so the ships would be more durable. And there's actually a lot more life in here than there is any other place in North America, as far as the diversity of genetics and a diversity of weather systems.
That's correct. And also what people don't know is that under some of the lakes they have discovered pyramids. You know, there are pyramids under the lakes in Michigan and in Wisconsin that are verified. I mean, you can go and see them. But there are also pyramids apparently at the very bottom of Lake Michigan and maybe Lake Superior.
Wow. And is this research into pyramids, is this how, it seems like you're really active in this now. Is this more of like a more recent kind of thing that you've really been focusing on?
Well, you know, I've been researching so many things over the years, and the commonality, or what brings a lot of it together, is the shape of the triangle, or a pyramid shape, which seems to be the underlying geometry, if you will, of everything that exists. And when I teach my language of hyperspace, I talk about the God mind, the oversoul, and the soul personality, which forms, you know, a triangle. It's the original Trinity, or the real Trinity, before religion changed it into something else. So all creation takes two energies that come together that form a third energy. You know, parents, to a male and female, come together and create a child. Everything in creation involves the number three.
Yeah, and we've actually had a guest on, Marie Jones, who wrote a book about that, just researching the correlations between the Trinity, three triads, and everything, and how it did seem to be like this underlying foundation within, not just language, but everything.
Yeah, that's correct. And we talk about, in language of hyperspace, also the triad of communication, which is color, tone, and archetype, which is, from our perspective and our research, the language of the God mind. You know, from that comes all things.
That's actually really cool. Never thought about it that way, but yeah, no, that's really neat. Actually, just real quick, bridging into that, because if you wanted to talk about a little bit what you do in terms of workshops and offerings in terms of teaching.
Oh, yes. In fact, we had our website redone, expansions.com. I invite everybody to go check that out. We just recently had it redone. And we have workshops and seminars and tours constantly. Our next one's coming up the middle of August. It's about survival in the wilderness and how to do that when things get really rough out there. We have a conference coming up in October, which is it's our annual conference, and it's about interdimensional information. It's going to blow your mind. I invite everybody to come. The information's on the site. We're going to have everything from Montauk Project to Magdalene Frequency to the Bosnian Pyramids. I mean, you name it, every interdimensional aspect will be discussed, and I will be giving hands-on exercises for everybody in the audience to actually go interdimensional all together and see what we see. So it's going to be quite amazing. Yeah. And the end of August, I'm making another round-the-world trip. I will be going to Africa, the Middle East, Singapore, and LA area. And I invite people in those areas, if you want to come and see me, to come and see me. It'll be posted up on the site pretty soon.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that'd be great. I'm sure many out there would love to have a chance to catch up with you at one of these locations, for sure. And actually, one of the questions that came in terms of technique and, you know, understanding in relation to water was that if you would recommend or advise using water somehow in relation to while meditating.
Mm. Well, the ancient Egyptians knew that it wasn't just water, but the temperature of the water as well. So they had discovered that when you use colder water, it tends to enhance the non-physical or the psychic aspects of the person. When you use warmer water, it tends to enhance the physical healing of the person. And they used to have actual pools or vats with the different water temperatures in order to do various healing techniques or open up the mind, whatever was necessary at the time. So yeah, it's very important. And another thing is, salt water does have an importance. You know, salt water is a very good blocker of ELF and microwave transmissions. And that is why cities that are located along saltwater locations tend to have cleaner air than cities inland. And in fact, if you take a sea salt bath, it does detoxify the body. It pulls out whatever chemicals or junk that's in your body. And those out there who have problem with your blood sugar, if you take a good sea salt bath and a good 20, 30 minutes and you put some food-grade hydrogen peroxide in there and baking soda, organic baking soda, that will actually normalize your blood sugar and your blood pressure.
Wow. That's excellent to know, actually.
Yeah, we've done a lot of research on water and health and how it applies to the body.